so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Redline Racing Network. Tonight, it all goes down under the lights in prime time at the Big House. A brand new season, a new dawn awaits for these drivers in the Front Row Esports Truck Series. Good evening. Matt Metler at the helm up here in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Broadcast booth as we now join qualifying roughly 3 minutes and 13 seconds in to this 10-minute group qualifying event. Currently right now, Ronnie Morris leading the charge at a 47.79. But before we go down trackside, have a very fired up broadcast booth tonight. Joining me, my partner in crime from last year, DJ Mr. Shakin' Daniel. Great to have you back up here in the booth. What can we expect from these guys tonight here at Daytona in round one this evening? Absolutely is survival. You know, qualifying not as important as we'll get to at the cookie cutter tracks, the short tracks. You put a race car out here this week in the field tonight, you have as good a chance to win it as anybody. Where do you like to start from when you're plate racing? Everyone's got a preference. I don't mind starting in the back. What's your taste? What do you like to do?
Well, you know me, if you're ahead of the wreck, you're not going to be in it. And you're not going to be stuck with nowhere to go. So I like starting up front here. I like staying up front. That would be my strategy.
And if you guys have been around DJ Daniel at all, he is the master of blocking all lanes at the front at Daytona. Remember that race when you blocked 4 lanes of traffic for the win? I remember like it was yesterday. Could we possibly see a finish like that tonight from these drivers? We absolutely could. DJ, a star-studded lineup. I mean, these guys are prime time. After all, nighttime is the right time for front row and prime time. Kyle Wellman currently on the pole. And certainly last but not least, don't want to forget about our newest member here at Redline Racing Network, Dakota. How are you, my man? I like to call you Dr. Tunamal. Excellent when it comes to tweaking everything NASCAR related. What can we expect? What are your keys to success tonight to getting the job done, putting that thing in victory lane when all is said and done?
The best thing to do is going to be to stay out of trouble and keep your truck clean and not get involved in any incidents if you can help it. That's going to be the main plan. I mean, honestly, when it comes to super speedways, the only lap that matters is the last lap, and if you can't make it to the last lap, then you ain't going to win.
It's all about survival. You cannot win it on lap 1. That is for certain. Currently right now, let's send it down trackside here for the first time this evening. Tyler Smith currently has the pole with a 47.27. DJ, that is getting around here quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Oh, he's cooking. See if anybody can knock out a lot of bad structure tonight.
Yeah, just, I mean, tenths, thousandths of a second, separating these guys right now as they currently have about 6 minutes remaining. 10-minute qualifying session here, group qualifying session. I was under the impression it was going to be single truck qualifying, but not here tonight. They're going to change it up, and I like the change, Dakota, on this. What are your thoughts?
It's definitely good. Able to work with some people and see if you can take the time to get all set up here. And then the main thing is I like and the draft package and stuff like that. It does make a big difference.
Absolutely does. And speaking of getting flustered, I mean, DJ has that effect on people. You're not the first one, so you'll get used to it. He likes what he does there, sitting next to you in the booth. Take a look at this now. 2 lanes of fast and furious action. Tyler Smith taking up to the high side of the racetrack. He's your current pole sitter, and he is getting a big-time push here. Dakota, you were talking about pre-race coming up the middle, 3 wide, and right on cue. There it is.
Get the side draft in here, like it's very easy to go by yourself right in the middle lane between. And just get sucked all over the trucks and cars and stuff that come to the super speedways.
I'll tell you what, as we go on board there to the bumper cam, Chevrolet gets shuffled down below the double yellow there. It got really up close and personal, and they are really starting to dice it up here. And this is only qualifying, as Tyler Smith still carries the torch here in qualifying in that 23 machine. Ryan Castleberry currently holds down that second place position with a 48.32 best lap time. Kyle Wellman in the 42 machine, a driver that is well known in all things front row esports. This man, anytime he puts it on the racetrack, he is lethal and can take it to victory lane on any given Friday evening, or excuse me, Friday evening. I had it right the first time, Matt. Kirby sits in that third place position. Best time of 47.45. DJ, check out the times at the top of the board here. Is Kyle Wellman.
Oh, Wellman with a monster lap.
He hit the go-go juice and uncorked the 100 shot of nitrous of 47.09. DJ, how many times have we broadcast we start talking about somebody, either bad things happen or good things happen, and he almost put down a 46-second lap. That is absolutely scorching around this place, and we still got more time left in this thing.
That's the broadcaster's curse. We ought to know that pretty well.
Let's not invoke that. We know how strong the force can be with me at times. Look at Kyle giving the business there to that Haviland Texaco-inspired machine there. Obviously, that paint scheme made famous by drivers like Davey Allison. Ricky Rudd later drove it. Dale Jarrett even for a little bit of time when Ernie Irvin was injured, and he's had enough. They're going to pull it on down to the pit lane here. Got about 30 seconds in the qualifying section remaining, and look who snuck up to P number 2 there. An old friend of yours, we should say, Mr. Alan Dobbs, going to start there in the 35. Looks like he's going to secure that second place position here as time just about to expire, about 10 seconds remaining in this qualifying session.
One thing I've learned about Alan Dobbs is you never count that 35 out.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, this guy here, he is a magician. He will find ways to generate speed out of something that it's impossible. He's like you in a lot of ways, DJ. You're very good at getting in a car and figuring out what you need to do real time to maximize the performance. And you and Alan have that trait. I wish I could do it as good as you guys do, but it looks like he's going to secure that second place position as qualifying officially now comes to an end. Kyle Wellman in the 42 machine going to have the first pole of the season with that monster lap as we were talking about him live on air. Send it up to the eye in the sky, and that is going to be confirmed here. So he's going to get credit for the first pole of the season. He's going to have the greatest view in NASCAR coming to the checkered flag, or excuse me, the green flag under the lights here in primetime on Redline Racing Network. Tom Frida's obviously race control, giving these drivers their drivers meeting right now at this point in time. After that concludes, we'll go ahead and shift gears and send it down trackside. But for right now, let's go ahead and go over tonight's starting lineup. We'll throw those results up on the big screen so you folks at home can follow along. Again, want to thank all of you for being here with us along for the ride here on Redline Racing Network. Let's give that a kick in the pants. See if we can get that on the screen for these folks. There we go. That field now begins to grid behind that iRacing.com pace car. They should begin to roll here momentarily.
So as we're looking at the starting lineup here, Matt, who are we watching for tonight?
Well, I
Who
think,
you got?
I mean, I know it's plate racing and all, and a lot of times you got a deep sleeper in the back, but I think these two right here in the front row, I mean, Kyle Wellman, Alan Dobbs, they both have a ton of speed. They're seasoned veterans. They know what it takes to win. They're not afraid to take chances. I think, I mean, any one of those two drivers can win at any point in time. It's gonna be great to see how that dynamic works out there. Do they work together on the racetrack? Do they perhaps, kind of have a Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Sr. Type of vibe out there on the racetrack? That's all yet to be figured out, and that's what's so great about starting a brand new season. The other side of that is too, DJ, whatever happened last season, done, gone, out the window. All of these drivers right now, they all firmly believe they can go out there and get it done. And all the way back to Chummy Miller in that 37th place position. So that's right, folks. 37 trucks are going to take the initial green flag, with all of them wanting to be the first one to cross the start-finish line when that checkered flag flies. Kyle Wellman out of the Five Kings Motorsports camp is going to have the pole. Lap time of 47.029. Alan Dobbs from Redline Racing Network Racing in the 35 going to start outside of him in P2, while Kevin Wanker going to roll off here P3. Tyler Smith from Highland Racing going to round out your top 4, while Brian Zimmerman's going to round out your top 5. Donnie Honeycutt in that 22 machine is going to roll off P7th, while Brad Miner is going to reside in that 8th place position. There's a lot of Honeycutts here in this field, folks, so bear with me. Don't adjust your monitors, your TV screens. Tyler Honeycutt's going to roll off 9th, while Bailey Branton going to round out your top 10. Peyton Howland, newcomer to the series for Redline Racing Network, is well going to roll off here P11. Nicholas Moody in 12th. Jamie Herger, Daniel Ruplik, Ronnie Morrison, Mike Haynes, Larry Bell, and DJ Honeycutt. That's going to be your top 18. Let's go ahead and cycle those results. As that field now works its way down the backstretch. Getting a report here from our graphics guy that may have froze, so I do apologize. We'll clear that out of the way for you. We'll bring it down trackside as those lights are out on that iRacing.com pace car. This field of rat.
Green here, I would like to point out that the qualifying time of 47.0, I got a feeling with everyone being grouped up like this, we're about to see some 46s, maybe even 45s if we're lucky.
Yeah, absolutely, especially being under the lights. You know, you're going to have ideal track conditions here, ideal conditions to make the maximum horsepower here in these naturally aspirated engines. And DJ, right now, it's the calm before the storm. In about 30 seconds, it's going to be hotter out there than a Category 5 hurricane. Kyle Wellman, your pole sitter. Outside of him, Alan Dobbs into the Geico restart zone. Reach up there, pull those belts tight one more time. Green flag in the air on the loud pedal, and those glorious V8s come rolling to life for the first time here in prime time. We are green flag racing here at Daytona.
He might clear him here off of 2.
Dobbs has got it turning and burning already in the high line. Big shove there from the 23 of Tyler Smith, but the 26 has got a bumper fold, giving it the business to Wellman. It's a John Force special drag race already for the first time down the backstretch.
There it is. Dobbs after the 23 is going to clear the bottom.
What a push there from the mean machine and that ghost machine. That was a heck of a push. That's going to clear Dobbs past Wellman. But like you were saying earlier, DJ, in this race, you cannot be a one-man army. You got to have help. And right now, Wellman is doing everything he can to keep that 35 out there and maintain that track position. But here comes that outside lane starting to surge.
That outside just not going to go anywhere. You see the pusher on the outside. They're all dropping out of line now.
Yeah, as soon as I say that, they all bail to the bottom of the racetrack, and we'll see that at times here. You know, these drivers are going to be shuffling high side, low side, wherever they feel that energy, that momentum is going to be crucial. You know, and for some of you guys at home that necessarily don't understand how plate racing works when we say momentum and energy, Dakota, can you kind of break that down for us a little bit? How do we generate these runs, and where does this energy come from, and how do these drivers utilize it?
Basically, the short beat
Well said. And it's a side-by-side gridlock on Interstate 95 here under the lights, 2x2 side-by-side. You know, Daytona, not as much real estate width-wise as you have at Talladega. And as we go on board with some of these GoPro cameras, let's jump on board with Zimmerman. Up close and personal GoPro camera here. I mean, look how close these trucks are to one another. And you can run 3 wide here if you really want to force the issue or push the envelope. I mean, we're talking matter of inches, feet at times, at speeds of over 190.
Oh, we about just had a big wreck. All over the place.
That's going to be Ryan Castleberry as we were on board there. It almost let loose. You heard DJ's voice going about 10 octaves. What did you see there as we were on board, DJ?
It looks like the 36 just fighting an ill-handled truck. Look, we're already 3 wide here.
Oh, he's in the wall. The 36 is still in the wall. In fact, he's going to keep it up there, which is the right thing to do. Don't try to pull it down because you don't want to wreck the field, and he is going to bleed a ton of track position here.
Oh, we got another one in the fence. They're trying to go 3 wide here. They just can't make it work yet.
If you look at the 24 right now, you'll see an example of what I was talking about.
He about pulled up to the 3rd row by himself.
All these cars are on the double stage. They're different with the slide through the grass and they'll be slowed down the side.
As we're on board.
Easy dancing with that apron.
You absolutely do, as we're 3 lanes of fast and furious action just behind your 2 leaders. Tyler Smith and Bailey are 1, 2, and then it is 3 rows wide, 2 to 3 rows deep. Now looks like the Blue Angels had an air show under the lights here at Daytona. I'm not sure I like this. I mean, as good as this is from a broadcast perspective, if I'm a driver right now, I am not liking this. If you ran these races, if you have experience, you know bad things can happen as Wellman goes all the way down to the flatlands. I'm not sure what happened there to Kyle Wellman in the 42, but he is going to bleed some spots here as well.
Did he blow? Oh, we're wrecking. Oh, did he save that? Hang on.
Oh,
to
no.
Oh, no.
Full-blown helicopter mode, and we have uncorked the big one here at Talladega.
That was fixing to be an incredible save, man.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, and in the words of Phil Collins, I could feel that one coming in the air tonight. Is this going to be the first caution for incident with just 7 laps on the board?
Yeah, I'm confused. I guess let's start with the 42 first. Hop on board with him. Did he have a problem, or was he just kind of bail out of that?
I think he's seen what was coming. Absolutely here. So, well, I don't have Wellman's view on this. We can come back to Wellman. Let's go ahead and take a look at Kevin Winker here, who was definitely involved in this one. Keep your eye on Winker here. But go ahead.
Imagine trying to bail so you don't get caught in a wreck and you get caught in one anyways.
Sometimes as a driver, you can feel it and it happens. Here's Winker here in the 26. Got it at quarter speed. Let's go ahead and pick it up a notch here. So this is, he get a little, they're wrecking after the wreck, trying to check up and not arc brake each other, and they're sliding down the racetrack. However, that was after the incident. We got to back it up just a little bit more here, guys. So here we go. This should give us a good idea of what went wrong. Let's send it up to the chopper, the eye in the sky here.
It looks like the 32 was trying to leave some space for the 42 to get off the apron, assuming he was going to come up, and then I guess the 47 just didn't know it. Just racing.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here, too. Nonetheless, it all goes wrong. They start high-fiving each other, and
that 77 truck took a lick.
He took a big hit. That's going to be Matty Jones there in the 77. In fact, let's go ahead and let's go VHS mode here. Go old school. We're just going to roll this back.
Wow, all 4 wheels off the ground.
He went full-blown X Games mode, unfortunately. Let's take this down to, here we go, trackside, gentlemen. Let's run it at quarter speed here and cue the playback. Oh, he just gets turned. I mean, he goes straight head first into the safer barrier, and that car goes up about 4.5 to 5 feet in the air from the force of the impact. You see the safer barrier flex do its job, but unfortunately, that 77 is smoked. That thing is ready for the scrapyard. And, you know, Dakota, that's just how fast things can go from okay to horrible here at Daytona.
Yeah, 100%. Like we was talking about earlier, this is a race of trying to make it through and not get damaged. You want to make it to the last lap, but it doesn't matter where you're at in the field. If you want time, it
That-
takes a matter of a second or two just for things to change.
It does, and there's really no safe spot. I guess the safest place you could be is probably leading statistically, but every driver's going to have a different philosophy. Is under this caution sequence, we had some takers on pit road here for fuel. Everyone from about 7th place on back, so that's going to be Bailey in the 16 machine. So Hunter Lagunas, Austin Norris, Alan Dobbs in the 35 ride, Brian Zimmerman, Honeycutt, Peyton Holland, virtually everybody on the lead lap. And that's going to be all the way back through. It looks to be like the 34th place position. Came down pit road and put fuel in that fuel cell, because it always seems like one way or another, fuel becomes a part of the winning formula. You got to have, it's coming down to fuel mileage racing here more so than not, it seems, especially since this last iRacing update. Under caution, currently working lap 9, written in the history books out of the scheduled 80 here on Redline Racing Network. Tyler Smith currently leads the way, carries the torch, up 3 spots from where he started. Then you have Nicholas Moody, one of the biggest movers inside of the top 3. He's up 10 spots to the good, but Mike Haynes owns that title, up 13 positions. He started outside of the top 15. 15th, now finds himself holding down that final podium spot. Then you have DJ Honeycutt, Todd Mays, Hunter Lagunas, Alan Dobbs, and Austin Norris, who is up 21 positions, DJ, rounding out your top 10 as those lights go out on the iRacing.com pace car.
I'm honestly shocked we didn't wad it up front 3 wide. I mean, we're rubbing the letters off the fence, and we didn't wreck up there, wrecking it up being behind it.
Looks that, everything I look for when you're going to light the fuse, set it off, if you will. But we didn't. A lot of these guys, they have a lot of experience. They've raced around each other for a long time between the Truck Series and the Cup Series, and they have that rapport, they have that experience, and, that shows up at a place like Daytona, Talladega, where you can run 3 wide. Doesn't mean it's fun, doesn't mean it's, inviting for these drivers, but you can do it and get away with it perhaps a little bit more versus, a newer league or racing a group like in Draft Masters, or I like to call Crash Masters. Usually it goes 3 wide there, forget about it, game over. But tonight they did a good job up here at the front. Let's see if they can continue to do that as those lights are out on the iRacing.com pace car. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing. Dakota, go ahead, take us back, man.
Riders we're going into the restart zone this time. The 23 is going to get a pretty good jump. 24 might be able to follow him through here. Clearly not this year. Looks like the inside line. Starting to get to the outside of the 23, looking to get towards the front spot as he wants to lead. As we were talking about, that's probably the safest area statistically.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now it's a side-by-side, 2 lanes of fast and furious action, and DJ, there they go, trying to form the 3rd lane again. One driver goes from the top shelf of the racetrack all the way down below the double yellow line. Was that Asher?
Look at the 81 up here. He's all by his lonesome, and he's gaining ground.
He is a one-man wrecking machine, or a position-generating machine. Oh,
he just got fenced.
I can't believe what I just seen there. That Ford EcoBoost F-150 just chopped his nose. I don't know how that wasn't a massive explosion.
It's very close to being a bad wreck right there. Especially
Oh,
The
get
97
skinny.
gets loose. He puts the 81 in the fence. Man,
speaking
we
of
know
free
this
wide-
from all of our years of experience here. I mean, you get sucker hole in the middle there, and it's just, the truck handles so bad.
Remember, these new modern NASCAR, whether it's the truck Xfinity, especially the Xfinity car, they are so aero dependent, and the dirty air really manipulates these vehicles. It changes the characteristics of how you have to drive them, and you can see that right then and there. And usually that middle hole, the sucker hole, or what they call the black holes, a conveyor belt usually to the back of the field, but not in this case. These guys are using it to their advantage as they are bump drafting 3 deep right now on the bottom lane. They backed off before they got into the corner, but looks like it is 5 laps to go here, and we're not even at lap 15 as we come out of the turns 1 and 2 complex and rally down the backstretch.
Keep an
A
eye
lot
on
of
the
aggression
18
early.
It looks like he's getting a little loose in the bottom.
We now go on board with Asher. He is in that 3rd lane working the top shelf of the racetrack. Talk about close quarters, but look at the momentum they're able to generate on the high side of the racetrack here. Let's go ahead and bring out the onboard telemetry. That's going to appear in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. 189 miles an hour into the corner. They are really able to generate some momentum up there, working the nosebleeds of the racetrack. Oh, we got
over.
The nuclear bomb has went off, and we have KO'd at least 10 or 12 trucks up and over big time. Is it's going to be a parking lot here at Daytona?
Man, a lot of frustration over the radio
there's
right
the-
now, man.
Yeah, it is. Well, let's just say we're thankful we don't have the the radio airwaves plugged in tonight. And for good reason. There's a lot of drivers that have been caught up, tore up in this one. There's Tom Fridas. He got a piece of the action there. And some of these guys went from, a couple wrinkled fenders to, having their, all of their exterior body paneling ripped off as they were flying through the air like a javelin. Let's go ahead and go back to the replay here. And some of, DJ, Dakota, some bigger names in this series were affected in this one. Steven Johnson, also one of those. As we go back now to the replay.
I believe it might have been the 18 truck I was just talking about just a moment ago.
Yeah, it seemed like it popped off right in the general vicinity there. Let's go ahead and see if we can.
He just got loose on the exit of the corner there.
And we've seen those trucks dancing, those trucks dancing around a lot on entry and on corner exit. And I'm not sure what happened to Steve Johnson there, but he appears to have just stopped on the racetrack, and that'll trigger a caution in timing and scoring. And then he proceeds to go on. So I guess no harm, no foul there. I mean, this picture right here says it all, folks. I mean, not to cut you guys off, but this picture right here says it all. You got one truck, doing a B or A pillar slide on top of somebody's hood. I mean, that doesn't happen every day. We're going to back this up just a little bit.
I don't know how he landed back on his wheels, Matt.
That was incredible. The 16 gets wicked loose, and then he comes up and just nerfs the 23 there, and the 54 goes right up and over. I mean, let's freeze frame this right here. The 72 is probably going to be picking the teeth out of the cockpit of that car for the next week. And again, folks, I don't know all these drivers by heart yet in this league, but I believe that is Daniel, and it is. Let's go on board with him for this. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than that. Let's go ahead and back this up a little bit. And let's send it over to the cockpit view. Watch this. I mean, he's literally drives underneath the 54 at over 188 miles an hour, and then he's going to roll up the hood of his truck. Oh, my goodness. The 54 basically rolls off the windshield, right off the windscreen of that truck. DJ, who was the driver that went up and over and landed back on their wheels? I mean, this is crazy.
54. He rode on somebody's hood for 100 foot and then landed back on his wheels.
And he does come back down on his wheels. That is incredible.
The 15 went Beyblade mode. Did you see that one?
I mean, there's so much going on here. We probably need 5 or 6 of us to dissect exactly what
Oh
happened.
no! I thought Alan Dobbs at 35 had it missed. He just got wiped out of nowhere. You ought to catch his on board.
Yeah,
Just
let's go ahead and wind it back here. We'll do that, DJ. We'll go ahead and take a look at this from the 35. Reset the replay here. Again, we're still under caution at Daytona for the second yellow flag of the evening. Cause for incident, the biggest one we've had all evening long thus far. This involving several trucks out there on the racetrack. We're going to go back to Alan Dobbs here on board with the 35 for this one. Let's go ahead and roll it. Going to go ahead and slow it down. Look at the carnage erupting around him. This is like Call of Duty hardcore free-for-all right here. Everyone's, I mean, you can't see where you're going. There's trucks spinning all around him. There's chaos, madness. You're just holding on for the ride at this point. You know, if you're Alan Dobbs in this situation. He had a little bit of contact there, but so far right here, it looks like he's going to be okay, DJ.
Yeah, he just got badonked there in the rear end. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, he just got a high five there. He'll be fine.
He got badonked.
I will say, that one man probably needs to change the pants or be like on the big too, though.
Yeah,
Could
we
you
haven't
imagine
even.
just being upside down with somebody's hood like that? Just sit there and look at him like, hey, buddy, what's happening?
Well,
This is awkward.
I'm pretty sure to say thus far, I mean, that was the don't stain your ride, use Tide moment of the race. He's going to need a dry cleaner, you know, preferably someone outside the track, but we ain't done yet. And DJ, to your point there, yeah, that's got to be terrifying. I mean, I've never seen a truck actually roll off the hood. The closest thing to that, I think, was it the 2020 Daytona 500 when Ryan Newman had that horrific crash?
2020, yeah.
That was pretty bad.
And he took 2 hard licks there, and you know, Newman's car wasn't identical, but looks similar there in some ways as this field now getting re-racked, restacked. I mean, we're going to have to take a look at the carnage here, guys. There was a ton of drivers involved in this. You know, Scotty Stevens, Bailey, Keith Pittman in the 03, DJ Honeycutt, Nicholas Moody in the 60. I mean, we got some beaten, battered trucks back here, boys, and we're not even, you know, halfway through this race. Peyton Holland in the 18, he's got a little bit of damage to the front of that Toyota. It's got what I like to call pug face, where the front, you know, the front nose of the truck gets pushed in, kicked in. Chummy Miller, a.k.a. Mark Miller. That Ford actually is not looking that bad, and he's still out there on the lead lap in that 27th position. The HMFIC of the Cup Series, head cook, chief, and bottle washer. There's Tom Fridas in 26. So far, so good for him. And after this one's all said and done, remember that 77 truck, DJ, not that long ago? Well, guess what? Yeah, Matt Jones leads this thing up 27 positions.
He's got a freaking tailgate full.
I mean,
27's doing a great job pushing it. We need to write that down. Keep a note of that. Comes down to the end of this thing needing to push.
absolutely 100%. Back green flag in the air, now working lap 18 of the scheduled 80 here. And it is all Matty Jones in the 77, up 27 positions. He's starting the next county over, and here he is at the point, carrying the torch. Kevin Winker, Hunter Lagunes, Asher Bunkley, and Mike Hayes rounding out your top 5 as they run right now. You know, Dakota, did they dial it back a little bit, the aggression? Do you think we're going to go right back to 3-wide racing? Or if we destroyed enough trucks where we dial it back a little bit and realize, hey, we still have a long way to go in this one?
It's going to be when we go 4-wide, because I know it is possible here.
If it's possible, if there's a will, it's a way. You're right back to it. 3-wide racing, and someone was grinding the fence. You see the sparks. They're trying to shave a little weight off the side of that pickup. Unfortunately, that's when it all goes wrong and goes bad. When you start flexing those lines. 77 getting them. Go ahead.
A little bit of contact about 3 rows back, if they're 3 wide, as the truck in the middle seems to be having a little slight issue holding the line.
I
So I
think,
believe that's the 47 and 81 there.
yeah, the 47 and 81, and it seems like at times those trucks have been, I don't want to say wiggle happy, like they've had hold
we got
on
one
to
on
it.
the apron there.
That exactly right there what I'm talking about. For whatever reason, they almost pick up like a death wobble as the 69 goes into the fence.
Trucks are so trimmed for speed, they'll get in the middle of the corner and they'll drag the track bar mounts. You'll see the sparks flying out from underneath the tailgate.
I will say though, with this new ground package from the side vehicles now, it will literally suck you up out of your line. That's kind of why they get close. Some of the side draft features here, they don't break the corners.
You almost got a good shot of it right there when the 714 side drafted that Chevrolet behind him. You could see when he put when he laid it to him, the back of that truck seemed like it got light and wanted to step out there. And my God, we are 3 abreast here at the front, just behind the lead. They are leaning on each other, short track, dirt track style. Through the middle of the corner, they're still on each other.
That 81 is ultra aggressive here.
I'll tell you what, I usually don't say it's okay to 3-way at Daytona, but hey, we're under the lights in prime time, boys. Let's just do this thing. Hope you guys at home are having a good time with us here at Redline Racing Network. Race 1 opening night for the Front Row Esports Truck Series. Sound off. Let us know who you're rooting for. We'll shout you out and we'll get you some we'll get your drivers some extended screen time here tonight as they are fast and furious under the lights here in prime time. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Mike Hayes, Kevin Winker, Matt Jones up there, the top 3 trading blows. And here comes someone trying to thread the needle 4 wide. He's in the fence again in the 81 machine. Ellen Dobbs back in the mix.
That 81 truck is definitely holding pretty well to be on its own on the outside there.
I mean,
He's holding well, but I mean, the outside lane's getting fed up with the side draft, and they're just putting him in the fence.
I mean, he's doing a good job of I mean, let's face it, this truck doesn't have the resilience that this next gen does.
Here it goes again. Jumping out of line. Can he do anything with it?
Ooh. He's trying to leapfrog him.
Right now.
No, he's not. So what he's doing, DJ, he's getting a run, and then he's taking it to the outside, and then hoping by the time he runs out of momentum, he can clear himself clear.
Yeah, you can make it work by yourself. You can't make it work forever. Oh, we got another wreck.
They're going around again. The 47's around.
The 47 is dead.
Horrific.
So
Go ahead.
I just want to point out, if the 81 didn't make that move there on the outside, he was involved in that accident.
Sometimes you get lucky. As we're just going to wind this back. I mean, this is... Oh,
that was so close. That makes me cringe.
You know, we were talking about the 81 and what he was doing, folks. Well, here you go. Keep your eye on that truck, the very outside of that Redline Racing Network machine. Let's get you a little bit of a better camera angle here. Send it up to Ronnie in the chopper. Here you go. And let's go ahead, roll this quarter speed. Sit back and watch the magic. It's tragic, though.
That rhymes.
Did you see what happened there? It kind of started at the front of this piece, at the front of the field, and then they had to check up, and all that energy's got to go somewhere. The 57 goes full-blown flow rider, right round mode, and then watch the fakey 540 out of the 3. Oh, my God.
It looks like the...
X Games at Daytona.
The 57 tried to stuff it in the middle, and the 74 came down, and I guess that's where it got sparked, but... I think everybody was just reacting to the 97. What happened to him?
Let's see, the 97, and for some reason, I'm not seeing a 97 in timing and scoring here on my end.
He was the orange and white truck that was in the fence up front.
10-4. Let's go ahead and reset this. Let's go ahead and cue playback one more time. Yeah, someone got shut out of a hot dog bun there on the outside lane, and then it just all went horribly wrong. I mean, check the 3 machine right there. You have one truck up in this frame on 2 wheels. I mean, this is about as bad as it could possibly get here at Daytona. Just going to go ahead and continue rolling this.
All right, scoring shows him as a 26, Matt.
Thank you, DJ.
Kevin Winker.
Kevin Winker.
Yeah, that was an incredible save.
Let's go ahead and let's wind this back. Let's see how Kevin Winker was able to survive and get through this. I mean, my God, every time you wind this back, I mean, it's just carnage all over the place tonight. Kevin Winker.
It looked like a kind of chain reaction thing where the car on the inside comes up, hits the car on the outside,
right,
and then they get the guy in front of them.
Sometimes it's not where the fuse gets lit, it's where the bomb goes off, and that's a classic case in this one. So let's go ahead and jump.
Holy golly, what a save by the 26 of Kevin Winker there in front of the field.
We're going to go on board with him for this one, roll it back full speed. Here we go. This is where it all goes bad. It's going to pop off right in front of him here. Maybe it didn't really. We're going to reset this again. Folks, I apologize for that. Well, right here, Kevin Winker is 45 degrees and currently off the racing surface. So let's change this camera here. There we go. Now let's run it back from here. And again, you're on board with the 26. You can see the smoke. He knows there's problems in front of him. And he is hard on the brakes here.
Let's not forget the fact that we're not even halfway up.
Correct. We're not even halfway through this one. You see the parts flying, chaos, mayhem. Oh, my goodness. There was 3 vehicles stopped on the outside of the racetrack, and he had no idea they were there until the last minute able to take evasive action. And they're bumping and baiting, just in front of him here. He had to jump on the binders really hard as we cycle back to the live side of things here at the Big House in Daytona Beach, Florida. Currently lap 26 of 80 being written into the history books here on Redline Racing Network. While they're under caution, we're going to step aside, pay some bills, but we'll be back with all the high-flying, high-octane racing action. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here. And
we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations. Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service. You can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have Steve and Cookie. Cookie's not a leader, so look at you.
Race fans, welcome back to Redline Racing Network as the caution flag reigns supreme here once again with Mike Haynes out in front. Matt up in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth alongside DJ Shakin' Daniel and Dr. Tunamal. Dakota, what did you see there with the 81 while we were away on that commercial break? And that's just it. Things at the World Center of Speed, I mean, things happen so fast here. You know, you're talking in the blink of an eye. As we're still under caution, lights still on that iRacing.com pace car. You mentioned there the 81, and that's a driver we've talked about a little bit tonight, mainly for the speed he was able to generate up there on the top shelf of the racetrack where Mama hides the cookies. Unfortunately, that time it didn't work out so well for him. He's currently being scored in that 28th place position. Truck seems to have all the fenders on it, still has all the paneling. We'll see what type of performance it has in it. In fact, that truck actually looks pretty good right there as it comes back off of pit lane, blends back onto the racetrack. You know, here's an... Yeah, I mean, that was not just a nonchalantly, love tap. No, I mean, he felt that one. You know, speaking of feeling that one, I mean, here's a driver here that started outside front row, and there he is again, back up in that second place position. Alan Dobbs has been all over the place in these 33 laps of competition. He has had to thread the needle through the eye of the storm, and yet here he is back up there once again. Another driver said to overcome adversity. Matty Jones right there in the 77 machine, up 24 positions. Going to restart there in that fourth place position. Out of all these drivers right now inside the top five, who do you got your eye on right now? Dakota. So he's watching Dobbs out there in the outside lane. I'll tell you who I got my eye on right now. Sneaking in through the back door like he always does, Mr. Hunter Lagunas. The 27 machine, currently up 13 positions, resides in that 10th place position. Keep your eye on the 27. They like to call them bubbles. I'm sure if... Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but anyway, they got all kinds of great names. I mean, if you run this league, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, Hunter Lagunas, he's got a way of just sneaking into some of these races. You count him out, and that's what he likes. He likes to be off the radar. You don't even know this truck is coming, and he is creeping his way into this thing. The 23 also there as well, the TRD powered machine. Going to restart there on the outside lane of Tyler Smith as those lights go off on the pace car, which means we're getting ready to go back to the good part here. As soon as we get rid of that pace car, there he goes. Here we go. Back into the Geico restart zone. Haynes is going to have the trigger, and he is going to punch it through the floorboards. Back out of the H pattern, shift through the gearbox, and we are green flag racing back at Daytona as those glorious V8s come roaring back to life one more time. As we surge now to the turns 1 and 2 complex. The 24 had a lot of help there on the start from the 77 as they get in the tandem formation, 2 by 2, side by side. As we come back up to speed, it's an all-out drag race here going down the backstretch. The outside lane prevails early in this one as they have it better formed up and more troops on the outside. He did, and on the outside lane, they're going to have the troops here. They got the foot soldiers there, and you can see how that translates to speed. And then that's one thing right there I don't necessarily like if you're a driver. That outside lane, an old broadcast partner of mine, Dave Ringo, used to call that the shovel. Basically, when you go to the outside lane and you help another driver, get the lead, and then you clear to the bottom and you leave that guy hanging, race car drivers, they remember that stuff. And if someone does that to me, I'm going to remember that in the race. If I helped you get up there and you bail on me, I might not be so inclined to go with you later when all is said and done. But nonetheless, I mean, it happens every plate race. But I tend to, remember things like that as we're still 2x2, side by side. All Donnie Honeycutt as he now leads in that 22 machine. First time he has carried the torch here tonight. Hunter Lagunas, I just mentioned him a moment ago. Don't look now, but he is up to that third place position, up 20 spots. Dakota.
Man, I've been watching something here. Did you see what I see here? The third truck seems to just be flying up through the field currently.
Yeah, that's that 23 machine. And
he got involved in that accident early in the race, and he's making his way back towards the front now currently as well.
Yeah, that truck has found some new life as these cautions able here at Daytona to have those extended repair times in the pits due to the length of this track. And he has got that truck driving pretty good again. In fact, he is, you are right, he is charging back towards the front. Hunter Lagunas to the lead. What was I just saying? Sometimes these drivers make you look like you're intelligent, you know what's going on. Other times they make you look like a box of rocks up here in the DJ, or up in the broadcast booth. Lagunas to the front, and he has got William McKellar with him, doing the heavy lifting on the high side of the racetrack. Matty Jones now up to second on the top shelf of the racetrack. He's all over the 12th.
You said 27 working the lanes there?
That is correct, DJ.
I like it.
Well, we're liking it up here. I'm sure the fans at home are liking it as well. And whoa, that was a big push there from the 13. That 27 started to do the jig a little bit. Great piece of driving from Hunter, able to reel that thing back in.
Just to touch on a little bit what we said earlier about the high line coming down to the bottom. Honestly, most of the time
guys, the 81 just got removed.
Yes, they did.
Okay, well,
sorry to cut you off there. That's surprising.
No, you're fine, DJ. Thanks for breaking in with that. And again, up here in the broadcast booth, you don't want to, we're not in that race. We're not race control. But I'm sure a couple of us, we talked, during the break. Not surprised to see him get removed. I mean, he had some good speed tonight, but perhaps a little too aggressive. I'm sure the admins will have some updates after the race, but already one driver with the Dairy Queen award, and I'm not talking about ice cream, I'm talking about disqualification. As this race charges on, DJ just about to the halfway point, this time at the line. We'll be at that 40-lap marker. I think it only dials up from here as the 13 goes down to the flatlands. He is below the double yellow line. He got shoved down there, and he's going to hemorrhage a ton of spots here, DJ.
Yeah, does the 81 getting removed concern you at all for the third lane? Because that was the only truck that could really make it work at some point.
Being the one-man army up there up top, and I don't want to answer that because, every league views things differently, and I want to, respect the race control and, what he does out there on the racetrack, but I think that has to do with why he was removed from the session. And the way he was, generating positions out there on the racetrack, I just don't think that was the optimal way of doing things. But I don't think we see as many drivers do that tonight, given what's happened to the 81. And he really seemed to be the only guy working, that high line, ripping the fence here. But then again, you know what happens at Daytona. 10 laps to go. If you can fit a truck there on the racetrack, it's fair game, baby.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to figure out which trucks, as we click off the laps here, which trucks are fast enough to go up there.
Well, I'm pretty sure right now, based upon what's transpired throughout the course of this race, Matty Jones and Ellen Dobbs clearly have speed. They've been to the front, to the back to the front again. Hunter Lagunas when it was time for him to go to the front, he just pressed a button and that truck just walked the field up to the point. So I definitely think the 27 is one of those guys right now that has really good speed. I mean, he's 190 miles an hour into the corner. Mike Hayes, another 24 machine. That's a truck maybe we wrote off a little bit earlier from those initial incidences, but that Chevrolet is fixed. It's got some serious boogie under the hoodie again. I mean, and after all, it's Daytona. You get some lady luck gets on your side. You get a couple breaks, and you can easily win this thing. And as long as you have a truck out there right now, I firmly believe if you're on the lead lap and in the hunt in this main pack, you have a shot at winning it, depending on how things go. We currently work lap 42 out of the scheduled 80. Dakota, Matt Jones currently has the point, carries the torch here on the outside lane. Typically, we've seen them clear to the bottom after they had
the 23's in the fence.
That's exactly where I was going with this. The 20.
Whoa!
Here we go again.
21's around.
The 21 gets nerfed. Oh my God! The back of that truck exploded. Go ahead.
I said that looked a little intentional. Kind of looked like the 21 might have turned up into the guy passing him on the outside there.
That's what I was thinking too, but I want to look at it one more time before, I say that. But that was my initial thought there too. Is this going to throw the caution flag here once again on lap 43? Let's see if some of these prior incidences tonight are having these emotions starting to boil over, perhaps. Let's take a look at what happened here moments ago on the racetrack. Right here already. Oh, that Larry Bell has got a face full of the 00. The back of that truck is up in the air. Let's let that one run out. Chris Mackey, Kevin Winker, Scotty Stevens, Tom Frieda's all involved in that one.
How about the 8 truck getting through that pile up there in the trial? That was an incredible job.
That was biblical, like Moses' parting of the Red Seas, wasn't it?
And then if we can get that one, try to get the 28.
That's going to be
15 starts. He's plumbing the grass, and the 15 starts sliding down, and by a hair, he just got her woed up there.
So that's going to be Zimmy, Brian Zimmerman, as the Cat. You cannot go on top of that right now. As the Cat's on the controls for the video playback, ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry, but Bart over here had other plans on the replay. Sorry. Can't make this stuff up. So you're talking about Brian Zimmerman in the 28 machine. As he has really made a complete mess of my control panel here, folks. Is try to get this. If it's not one thing, it's another. Sabotage. I think we can go ahead and play this back now. I'm going to try to get it back here on Brian Zimmerman in the 28. And let's slow it down here. This is where it starts to go bad. Go on board with Zimmerman. Truck you got had a good view and you wanted to see how he made it through here, DJ. Here you go. Take it full speed.
He's like me, man. He just says, the hell with it. I'm going to the grass.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with going John Deere mode. I mean, he sees it pop off in front of him. I mean, let's slow this down right here. How does he... Incredible driving from Zimmerman on this. I mean, you got to have some luck too, but this is a masterful piece of driving. Crash avoidance at its finest.
The fact that he hooked that truck hard enough, right, to not hit the 15 and not wreck himself in the process in the grass is incredible.
Right. Remember, these trucks don't have dirt tires on them. These are slick Goodyear asphalt tires. The minute they hit grass, you might as well be in the Northeast in the middle of an ice storm. There is no grip in the grass. And watch Zimmy just put a zinger on this one and Houdini this. This is incredible stuff. Let's go back going to send it to camera 2 here, and let's just run it. Watch Zimmerman. Moses parted the Red Sea, and Brian Zimmerman does this in the grass. Are you kidding me? I mean, the 15, everyone else is spinning, holding on for dear life. Kyle Wellman's doing a pretty good job of getting there through there, too, in the 42 machine. I see you, Kyle. But here comes the 28. Look, it's a pro light at Daytona, but it's not. And then how does he miss the 15? The 15 slides right in front of him.
I think we all three need to chip in and buy new underwear.
Yep. Well,
he deserves it after that.
We're going to get him the family pack from Sam's Club. You know, just in case it happens a couple more times throughout the course of the season, he'll always have fresh linens there in the pits should he need it. But that's going to be a new race suit, plus a little more. That might be shoes and everything else along with it as we cycle back to the live side of things here at Daytona.
I just want to take a moment and point out I've raced a lot of leagues and I've watched a lot of races on here, and this is probably the most cars I've seen on two wheels in one race.
We did tell them the nighttime was the right time for them in prime time, and we did mention all the high fly and high octane racing action, so maybe they just took it a little too seriously.
Yeah, it puts a whole new meaning in the high fly, that's for sure.
Yeah, pit road is the hottest place in the building right now. As we do have lights out on the pace car, so we're going to keep it there. There's your pit strategery going to pop up in that middle of the right-hand side of your screen. That's how the pit stops have fallen for your drivers inside the top 15. Depending how this race plays out in the later stages, now until the end, that could have a little bit of deciding factor in it as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Back onto the loud pedal. Those V8s come back to life up through the gearbox. Is Bernhardt leads them going down the front stretch back into the turns 1 and 2 complex. Ellen Dobbs working the high side of the racetrack now.
Wow, the top 6 just shot out of a cannon. They are gone.
Yeah, but then people that fell back a little bit about to hook up in the draft and get a huge run coming down here on the backstretch.
All right, watch the 23 and the 36 here. What are they going to do? They're going to have a massive run.
Here they come. That's going to be
Do they
the
fall in line, or do they go to the top lane?
They're going to the top lane here.
Pretty wide.
Let's see if they exercise some patience, and they do. So Tyler Smith there says, you know what, I had a run there, but let's just be smart about this. And that's a great decision making, in my opinion. I mean, we've seen what happens when we go 3 wide. It's only a matter of time. It's like having a hand grenade, on a random fuse. Eventually it's going to go off sooner than later. And oh, look, how did that one fit that in there? Did you see that? Steve Johnson just shoved that truck into a shoebox.
Oh, the 24 is going to get shuffled out of line.
And that's because of the checkup, I think, from when the one filled the hole there. But he should have help. He should be okay. He's going to lose a couple spots, but he's still going to hold on to the draft.
Now, you watch that towards the end of the race. They're not going to be so generous letting people back in line.
Absolutely.
Gloves off.
Dakota, give and take out the window, you'd say.
I'm sorry, you cut off there. What did you say, man?
I said give and take goes out the window. Probably, what would you say, 10 laps to go, 15 laps to go? What's the number when, give and take is gone, and for teammates included?
I mean, 5 laps to go, I'm not lifting in. Last lap, I'm not lifting, period. I don't care if I take somebody out in the process. I don't care if I wreck myself. It could be my own mama in front of me. I'm not lifting.
Are me and this guy related, Matt?
It might be.
Well, may have to get you out there on the racetrack for one of these races throughout the course of the season, and we'll put you guys. I don't want to say put you to the test, but we'll see how you guys go out there and compete with these boys out there on the racetrack. Is it still Bernhardt carrying the torch? Dobbs still in that second place position.
77 gets the ball there.
Matty
Wow,
Jones
what a
going
save.
to Scrape City again for the 77. And again, look what lane he's in. He's in the nosebleed lane up there. And I'm telling you, something happens with the air. The aero package with this truck, when you get guys going to the high line right here, they get awful squirrely. They start rocking back and forth. They start breathing. And that's when they start KOing each other.
I believe right there what happened was the 35 and the 77 decided to do the same move at the same time. The 35, the 77 just happened to be a little bit to the outside of the 35.
Yeah, a lot of it's timing, too. It's just a racing deal there. Dobbs is going to get a shove here from the 74 of Towbridge. They're going to get big run here on the top side. Wow, what a run. Let's throw Dobbs' telemetry up. 186 miles an hour into the corner. I think they were well over 190 there at one point to make up that kind of ground. Let's go on board with the 74, Tim Towbridge, who currently runs in that fourth place position. Send it down trackside to him. Look at that. I mean, matter of inches off the bumper of that Chevrolet.
Oh, we're about to have a big one. There it is. We got one in the fence. No way they kept it straight.
Oh,
No
my.
way.
Good Lord
77 did
Jesus,
a
are
really
you
good job
kidding
there.
me?
All right, watch this here. Dobbs in the 74, they've gotten way out front. They're sitting ducks here. What is a 2 and a 28 gonna do?
In most other tracks. Go ahead.
That's one thing about super speedways. You don't want to leave a big gap there for people to get a run because they're definitely going to take it.
Any other track outside? Go ahead, PJ. Take it.
And they didn't waste no time. They went straight to the top.
They knew what they were doing. They saw an opportunity and they turned and burned. Any other racetrack outside of Talladega, iRacing Super Speedway for iRacing purposes, you start checking out on the rest of the competition. I mean, that's exactly what you want, except, as Dakota was saying, at super speedways, because of that thing called the draft. You think you're doing yourself a favor? Oh, you're not. You're just dialing that rubber band tighter and tighter for those cars behind you or those trucks behind you, and you generate massive runs, and before you know it, you're going back the opposite direction. Dobbs is doing a good job, though, holding on here with Towbridge, and they're still out there leading. In fact, I thought for sure they were going to get overtaken there on the outside lane as a lap truck now comes into play here.
This is gonna get tight. They're 3 wide back there. Oh no.
Oh, this gives me PTSD. Shades of Kevin LePage, please no.
No.
Keep it
They've done
low,
a
keep
great
it low.
job so far.
Keep it low, buddy. So far, so good. About half the field has cleared him. That is the 8 machine there. Wellman's going to
Matt,
go.
We've seen that one too often. My butt cheeks clench as soon as I see a lap truck pulling up in front of the field.
I can't get that Kevin LePage incident out of my head, and that was probably north of 20 years ago by now. Is it still Dobbs at the line? Big time wiggle. Zimmerman doing the jig. And it's only going to pick up intensity from here. And in fact, 54 laps into this thing, we still haven't gone all-out coverage yet. We got to at least get one of those in. So folks at home, grab the dial, crank it up to 1,000 right with us here on Redline Racing Network. Let's go all out. Let's do this. Race fans, hope you enjoyed that all-out coverage break brought to you by Team Watson Racing Setups. You want to put some serious vibe in your ride, get with the guys that do more than just setups. It's a family, it's a culture, it's gentlemen driven to be better and put more speed in your machine. Team Watson Racing Setups, what's in your car's DNA is we now have Alan Dobbs continuing to lead, and as the laps wind down, boys, the intensity continues to dial up. It is all-out mayhem right now, and we still have more than 20 laps to go.
I'm still waiting on the 4 wide for the lead here, as they're currently 3.
Oh, the 2 got that. Oh, my. I thought he was coming up. He was going to make contact. Bailey on the outside lane there was able to lift and get out of that. Bleed a couple spots there, but no harm, no foul. That truck is still a large and in charge here.
Watch the 16 truck here leading the third lane. Watch him roll into the center of the corner. Watch the sparks fly from underneath.
Oh, there goes Zimmerman.
Oh, the 28 goes around.
Oh, he had it saved, and he went dead. Oh, my God. He went up the wall and met Dale on that one.
And they are wadding it up back there.
Oh.
Too soon.
Zimmerman's truck is about 6 inches smaller than it was 30 seconds ago. Oh, my good Lord. He had it saved. He had it saved. I mean, look at that truck. Look, I haven't seen a truck bent that way yet.
I don't know what happened there. The 22 just come up and tagged the 28.
Oh, Zimmerman almost had this thing saved. Incredible. I mean, his truck was off the ground between the embankment and the apron of this thing.
Well, that was almost shade the Kyle Busch there.
It was
The
until it
22
was
hit the apron, but he didn't hit it.
until it was shades of David Rudiman at Texas.
I believe if the 45 truck wasn't there to run into the side of him, he would have saved that, man.
I'm with you on this. I want to take another look at this. I mean, Zimmerman just went for a ride here. I know we talked about him a couple times tonight. Let's find him here in the running order.
Right across. Zimmerman just gets turned right across the tailgate of the 74. How
Exactly.
the 74 didn't get junked and the whole field didn't just wreck, I don't know.
Watch, and then Zimmerman gets back up the racetrack and wapowie. Bonsai, I mean, face first. Then he takes a second shot to the grill, and then they start KO. I mean, up on 2 wheels. I mean, the 1 is smoked. There's Johnson in there. The 23 escapes death again. Oh, gee, caught just a little piece of it there. The 23 is wounded after that one at the very end, but Zimmerman, I mean, look at the way this truck, it's got, I mean, part of the truck is up in the air. I haven't seen one twisted that bad in quite some time.
I believe that might end up being the end of his night here, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I hate that for him, but we can't say he didn't make a hell of an effort to try to save that truck.
That was incredible driving from Zimmerman. In fact, we're going to just go manual mode here. We're going to rewind this back a little bit further than what the replay will take us. I mean, watch this save from Zimmerman. This is crazy.
Now, if you're the 74 truck at Tim Trowbridge, I believe is how you pronounce it, you need to be going and buying a lottery ticket.
Absolutely.
As soon as this race is over.
Watch the 28 right here. He's right where you don't want to be. This is why I hate 3 wide here. He's going to get tagged right here, and he's going to get spun right across the nose. And now he's going to go from the transition from the banking to the flatland. That truck's sitting, how is he? Watch this. Almost has it.
Trucking.
He's monster trucking, has it saved, and he's going to get nerfed again. And then watch this collision course turned ugly, and bam.
Matt, that
Everything,
truck is still moving under its own power.
But the right front isn't even touching the ground. I mean,
I get that, but he just nosed head on into the wall, and that truck's still moving under its own
and
power.
he instantly discharged everything he ate the past month with that impact.
That's incredible.
I mean, that is That's the hardest lick
Whoever-
I've seen in a long time. I mean, look,
Whoever built that engine at Roush Yates needs a raise.
that right front is not touching the ground. It's just up in the air. As we now
Golly. After he noses into the wall, do you see how high his splitter is off the ground? He's literally a monster
Yeah.
trucking.
Incredible stuff here. I mean, talk about a way to open the season. We got exactly 20 laps left on the board here, as it's been a wild one from the big house at Daytona under the lights. And typically when you kick the season off at Daytona, you know it's going to be wild. You up it a notch, you put the 151 on the top of it, you do it under the lights, and it's going to be even. What's the word we're looking for here? All out pandemonium on the racetrack. Is somehow Tim Tobridge is going to be the HMFIC of this thing with 19 laps on the board, up 20 positions. Then you're going to have Castleberry. The 36 machine has somehow survived and been alive through this. He is now residing in that second place position. The 16 machine still holding on there in the third. Hunter Lagunas, don't count him out. He's in fourth, running out your top five. William McKellar. Then you have Brad Miner, Tyler Honeycutt in the 45 machine, who currently sits in that seventh place position. Scotty Stevens up 16, sitting a little back in the weeds in eighth. Mike Haynes is right now in ninth, and Alan Dobbs is going to restart in 10th. And DJ, a driver you've been following along a majority of this race, that Ghost machine, the 23 Tyler Smith, not out of this yet. He's going to restart in P11. Dakota, what are you thinking here? 19 laps to go. Do you anticipate seeing another caution, or are we running green flag from here? Are you starting to make deals? Are you starting to figure out who you're going to want to work with here when it comes down to go time?
At this point, I think my plan is going to be, there's probably going to be another good 2 to 3 cautions in my mind, and I'm going to be trying to work my way to the front because it's getting go time. You know, you get down them last 10 laps, and it's full send basically at that point. I mean, you do get a little bit of take here and there, but you just got to be prepared. You want to start gaining the positions now, so you're in a good place for that last caution. You're the best place you can be.
Thursday Night Thunder here on Redline Racing Network, as their longtime broadcaster decided he wanted to get back in the truck and drive out there on the racetrack, so had the opportunity to get back into the broadcast booth and cover this great lead as the green flag goes back in the air with 18 laps to go, and the 74 shot out of a cannon. But the draft is doing his thing. Go ahead.
Huge checkup on the inside, almost a big incident going into turn 1 and 2 there.
How did Dobbs? Are you serious? I don't know. DJ, how did he make that move? Someone's spinning.
Oh, that's incredible.
Whoa, the third. Someone is drifting on the bottom, on the flat. Is that the 36?
I think that was a 16.
That was Bailey. What happened to him? He's all the way back on the, into the complex entrance there. Caution back out on the racetrack. We're not even back up to speed, and the caution reigns supreme once again. Well, boys, Darrell Waltrip used to say cautions breed cautions, and here we are. This is going to slow things back down again as the iRacing.com pace car is going to pick up the field. Hunter Lagunas currently leads. Under caution here once again. We go back green here, boys. We're going to basically have a Friday night last chance qualifier shootout type event here. Is the Ford here, the Ford camp large and in charge. Go ahead, DJ.
When does the intensity start to ramp up here, y'all think? 10 to go or 5 to go?
I mean, honestly, the intensity's been pegging off the rev limiter since we dropped the green flag.
I still don't think we've seen all of it.
It's hard to believe we haven't seen all of it, because I'm trying to figure, we didn't have one of these guys go space shuttle status yet. We haven't had someone take off like a tow missile straight in the air. Is that what we're gearing up for here? Only the Lord knows up above what we're about to witness here. But it has been rowdy. It has been wild. Some of these drivers here just refuse to die tonight, like Mike Hayes in the 24, Alan Dobbs, Peyton Holland. There's a guy we haven't mentioned all night in the other Redline Racing Chevrolet out there on the racetrack. He started 11th. That's currently where he resides. And guess who he's behind? His partner in crime, Alan Dobbs.
But to Dakota's point earlier, who pushes the issue? Who's going to push the issue? Who's going to try that 4 wide move?
Man, you know what? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine on that one. Whoever probably has enough momentum where it's worth risking going up there, I would assume, right?
But you also got to have the truck to do it too.
Well, I believe this is a fixed setup league, and it is. So everyone's on the same setup, but there's been so much carnage out there. Probably whoever has the best aerodynamically sound vehicle at this point would be a good candidate for that, I assume.
In my opinion, I think the people in the front isn't who's going to win. I think somebody's going to be coming back from 9th to 12th, flying through the field here and getting a win.
I'm with you on that one. And I think that could be someone right around the top, that cutoff of the top 10. You got Matty Jones, who's been fast at times, and he has been whacked and chopped, mangled up, and he refuses to die in that 77, and he's sitting there in 11th. Peyton Holland, highest forward, I believe he's been all night tonight. He's in 10th. We know Dobbs is quick. We know all these guys basically inside the top 10 are fast and very capable, as Lagunas is going to take us back to the green flag here momentarily. However, those lights are still on the pace truck. Dakota, is it possible we go back, the top 15? Is there potentially a winner sitting here in that, that 10th to 15th place position?
I've been in official races and came all the way back from last to win a race at Daytona. Anything's possible. You just got to take your time and mind your P's and Q's and make the moves as soon as you can. Main thing is keeping your truck clean and driving through the field. It's not too hard to do. You just got to know how to use the draft and aerodynamics of the vehicle to your liking, basically.
If you think maybe it's not the right move, go ahead and continue with that move. Do not retreat back. You will light off the big one at the front of this piece. More oftentimes than not, 15 laps to go. Let's set the running order here. Hunter Laguna is going to have the trigger here. He's going to be your commander HMFIC on this restart. Tow bridge in the outside lane of the 74. You're going to have Brad Miner there in third. William McKellar's in fourth, and Scotty Stevens going to round out your top 5. Then you got Mr. Honey Bunches of Oats, Tyler Honeycutt there in the 45 ride, Mike Hayes in 7th, Alan Dobbs in 8th, Ryan Castleberry 9th, and Matt Jones is going to restart here in 10th with 15 laps to go. We've seen what has happened so far this race. I'm just going to hold on for the ride, boys, and just call. What else can we do at this point? We know it's going to be intense. We know it's going to be next level. We know what it is to win at Daytona. Do I need to say anything else?
My question is, how many more cars are going to be flying through the air before the end of the night? That's my real question.
DJ?
What's up?
How many more cars are going to be flying through the air before the end of the race? Do you want to guess?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
I got a feeling on the last lap we're about to see it real different.
Take us back to green. I can't. Flag in the air.
Oh, 27 is going to get a good jump here, followed by the 46 trying to follow through. Getting right down the 46 there, trying to get the side draft coming up. And as he's getting a run going into 1 and 2, he might be able to take over the lead here, getting a huge shove from the 2.
Scotty Stevens giving him the business on the outside lane, doing all the pushing. He's going to get him Tolbridge clear. Does he stay up top? Does he stay with his pusher? Or does he clear to the bottom? So far, Tolbridge is not going to bail on his battle buddy. Now he does. He pulls the trigger down to the bottom lane, but now there's the 24 to clear the 2. The 2 stays up top. The 2 does not bail on it. Just as I say that, he does clear to the bottom. I'm as awestruck as you guys are at home right now, trying to figure out who is going to win this thing. Do we go? I mean, this is, you could have a wreck here at any moment right now. This field, Bob and Weaver, look how close.
Oh, the leader's bang! I feel the intensity starting to ramp up, Matt.
Yeah, my blood pressure's about 500 over 1,000 right now as it's a side-by-side John Force special here down the backstretch. Pick your poison, Scotty Stevens in the bottom lane. Getting the business from the 74. The outside lane is going to be the 24 of Haynes and Honeycutt. They are still gridlocked at 189 miles an hour side-by-side. Who's going to lead that lap? Mike Haynes by a thousandth of a second. That's how close they are. He gets chipped. The 2 is going to get spin, go airborne. He's going to come back up into traffic. Oh, God.
Oh, that one went bad. Man.
Shades of Austin Dillon's crash at Daytona. Oh. I hope they got plenty of moisty wipes down there in the pit lane. Oh,
I hope they got more than one change of suits down
they
there.
didn't prepare me. They didn't prepare me for this. My goodness. They have to scrape me off the floor with a spatula when this is done.
Oh, the food truck took a ride on top of it.
Oh.
Just a 42.
He went crowd
Into 12.
surfing, except it was trucks.
Wow. As I hear about 3 engines blowing up right there.
It sounded like almost sounded like gunfire. There was so many in my headset. I'm like, I never heard that many engines pop at once in my. I mean, just going back to the replay, this looks horrible. I think we killed half the field there.
You know, a lot of people pay good money to go to a concert to see crowd surfing when you can just come to Daytona and get all you need.
Okay, you're monster trucking. We're going to stop this right here. This is the calm before the storm. You can see now already, as my camera decides it wants to go on its own program. There we go. I'm going to try to zoom this in just a little bit more. Please work with me here, guys. Now run it from right here. And you can already see there's a problem. Look at the offset between the 74, who's the pusher, and Hunter Lagunas. You can see that gap. You can see how much of that front bumper on the 74. That is not good. And we're just going to play this back from here and let this run out. The 2 goes up on 2 wheels, almost up and over. And this is where it gets bad because now he is going to jettison right back into traffic. Oh.
Did anyone order Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
I mean, let me get this graphic out of the way here so you folks at home can just take the scope of this in. I mean, it is a hot dumpster fire up here at the top shelf of the racetrack. I mean, Larry is basically getting smothered here by, is that the 2 machine? I mean, watch this impact. I mean, he just comes, I mean, dude, you cannot fault this driver for anything here. He is holding on for the ride. Let's jump on board with the 2. And you know what? Let's try to see if we can get this from the right side of the vehicle here. There we go, right here. Quarter speed playback. Watch this. He's going to come right back up. Watch this violent impact. Look at he is up and around and over. He is space shuttle status. He is vertical right there. Well, we've checked all the boxes now, folks.
Can we get a in-car of the 15 during that wreck real quick?
Absolutely. So, Scotty Stevens just took a ride on the Carnival of Carnage there. Larry Bell goes for one as well. And you want to look at DJ Honeycutt in the 15. Sure, why not?
I just want to see his point of view of the two truck just coming up the track out front of him.
He probably, I mean, he probably felt his soul leave his body.
Yeah, that's one of those situations you're like, oh, he's got it, he's got it.
How many? I think he danced on like three or four different trucks. Let's go ahead and jump on board here.
It's a skate competition. That'd have been a 10 out of 10. He grinded
all
everything.
all day, instant. I mean, unanimous winner. All right, here you go. You're on board. Let's go ahead and roll it. Oh my God. He went from 190 to 50 miles an hour in probably 0.3 of a second. I mean, that is just wild.
Just look at that two. Man, from his point of view, you can really see the two truck bouncing off the other trucks there.
Yeah, you can. It probably was slow-mo, and, he probably seen it in slow-mo, too, and he couldn't do anything about it. It's one thing if you have no idea it's coming, but when you know it's coming, that's what makes it even worse. We cycle back to the live side of things once again here as we keep mowing the field down, literally. 9 laps to go, single-digit laps remaining. Do we have anyone in this field that doesn't have damage on their vehicle? That's probably becoming more and more less likely as Mike Hayes leads over Tim Tobridge. That's P1 and P2. Hunter Lagunas in 3rd. Tyler Honeycutt 4th. Castleberry now in 5th. Brad Miner, William McKellar, Peyton Holland. He's still alive and kicking in that 35 machine. That truck looks pretty clean. The 13, that 4 doesn't look half bad either.
I do want to say I do like these ghost paint schemes I'm seeing today. Most of them are very colorful or shining in the lights here. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Ghost. I believe that's Ghost Energy, and they always have some great paint schemes, vibrant colors. I'm with you on that. I like those loud paint schemes like that. If you've seen any of my paints, you know that already. But those,
your little splash car you got there, that thing's nice.
The splash car, that's one of my favorites. You know what's going to be my favorite here? When we get to call and name the first winner of the season. Who is going to survive, be alive, and hang on? Dakota, take us back to green here, bud.
All right, as we're getting ready to go into the restart zone here, hopefully for the last time. Looks like the outside line is actually going to be pretty good jump here. Has no one behind him pushing him currently, so the inside line's going to be kind of good right here. Has the 24, has the 27 right on the rear bumper. He's going to be able to clear the outside lane this time. Will be in front of him.
He is getting pushed so hard. I got a face full of his engine on the bumper camera. That's how hard they're pushing right now. I mean,
if he pushes any harder, he's going to be in his drivers.
We were pushing almost 3 trucks deep there. I mean, this is like tandem COT. I mean, mid-2000s stuff right here. I mean, they are gridlocked bumper to bumper. They release on the top shelf. The bottom lane stays connected. You see the momentum they're able to gain. But DJ, Dakota, really easy to overheat these things. You have to make that engine last. You don't want to do what I did in our season opener. Blow up, pushing the guy leading, coming to the strike.
7 laps to go. All the chips are on the table. It's everything everybody's got.
That last lap, I ain't lifting for nothing. Hey, if the truck blows up, it blows up.
That's what I said until I actually did it, and I still regret it. But that's a story for another day, as it's still anyone's race. I mean, that time by we had 4 or 5 lead changes. That lap, the 45 comes down and does a big-time side block or a side draft there. I thought he had gotten loose and was coming down to the bottom.
Keep an eye on the 16 up there. Oh,
He's in the wall.
46, my bad. That was a big block from the 46 there.
That was a bad block from the 46. I don't know how he didn't endo the field there on that one, but here we are, 6 laps remaining. Still side by side, door to door.
It ain't gonna be long. Right there. That's how I'm gonna leave that.
Peyton Holland there in the Hornet's Nest in the 30.
Oh, the 74 gets sucker rolled.
Oh, there's smoke. They're in the wall. They were still alive. Look at Dobbs. Dobbs is coming up the black hole of death, pushing the 45 and Tyler Honeycutt.
Dobbs is in the third lane right here. Watch. There it is.
There it goes.
Oh, the 74 is getting brave there.
He didn't have any help.
5 laps to go here at Daytona.
Let's go on board with the 35.
Have a big track I got to do on some of these things. Drop my seat. 45 on the wall, 46 on the wall back there.
I mean, DJ's talking about 3 wide. I mean, look at the back of Toe Bridge's race car. 3 wide Motorsports. I'm pretty sure on the back of his tailgate, that says it all right there. Big push there from Dobbs. He is pushing it for everything he is worth there on the outside lane. Side drafting. That's the side drafting, DJ. We were talking about top of the race. You literally have to lay on top of that guy, be in their passenger seat to get it to work. Just what the 74 did that time, coming through 3 and 4. Now 4 laps to go. This all-out trench warfare, World War II style battle here at Daytona. Big power move there from. It's going to stay green. Believe they cleared the racing surface. They did. We're gonna
Ooh, another big wreck.
Oh no! Someone went up and over.
That's 2 more to add to the.
A lot of frustration on the radio. They are cussing.
It's only, I mean, it's going to boil over at some point. These drivers have had to white knuckle, you know, this monster for almost 80 laps now with just 3 to go. That's going to put us in a green-white checkered overtime situation. Who would have thought anything different? Is DJ Honeycutt went the fast lap of the race before that caution flag flew.
Here's the 74 made another questionable block here and caused that caution.
That's going to be Toe Bridge, and we've seen him leaving it all on the line like DJ was saying. Hey, when it's, you know, a couple laps to go, I'm going to do whatever it is I have to do to win this race. And, I mean, Dakota, you said you ain't lifting for anything, and, you know, Toe Bridge is echoing what you guys have said. But those bad blocks are going to add up eventually. As you said earlier, people are not going to lift at all, and they're just going to keep their foot to the floor. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I believe that's responsible for what kicked this incident off here. Morris,
You know who that puts in the lead, though?
Alan Dobbs.
Alan Dobbs. Remember I said about that, not the 15th place area might win the race.
Well, so far,
And here he is all the way up in first.
so far you are right on the money.
What did I say when we were in break, Matt? Alan Dobbs doing Alan Dobbs things.
That's exactly what you said during the break. And sure enough, here we are, your outside pole sitter, able to survive. You know what? I don't want to invoke the broadcaster's curse on this man. Let's talk about someone else. How about Chris Mackey, head cook, chief, and bottle washer of this league? Haven't spoke a lot about him, hardly at all, and here he is, up not 10, not 20, not 30, 31 positions from Chris Mackey. He started in California when we took the green flag, and here he is at the front of this thing.
I just want to say they only get one chance at a green white checkered, so
How
You know,
about
and you know what? We're lucky because we probably would keep running until the last truck wadded itself up here.
How about the all too famous overtime here at the high banks of Daytona, Matt?
What better way to kick off opening night here at Daytona under the lights? It's almost fitting, DJ, that we're going to finish this in an overtime situation for maximum effect and fun. For you folks at home, of course.
5 miles down the first winner of the season. How about that?
It all comes down to this. You know, whoever wins this race tonight, it's going to be about the story of survival, determination, to not quit, to not say no, to not roll over and die, because every single one of these drivers here tonight have been faced with adversity. Some of the most horrific crashes I have seen in one race in quite some time. You know, these are gunslingers out here right now getting it done. Every one of these guys have had damage on their truck at one point in time or the other. I mean, everyone, at least inside the top 10, if not the top 15. I mean, Scotty Stevens is in 13th. He got his face ripped off not that long ago. DJ Honeycutt there as well. Larry Bell in 15th. Remember, he was the bottom guy with 2 trucks on top of him about 10 laps ago. Lights still on the pace car. You know, Dakota, with this restart here, you said he got one shot to get this right. Even if they do get a caution flag, they don't make it back around and get the white flag, this race is done. So what are you going to do here? What's the plan? What's the strategy to bring it home?
If I'm in the front, I'm going to try to get a good restart, but I'm not going to get so far out that someone's going to be able to suck up to me and just fly on my outside. If I'm in the back, I'm sitting at 3 wide. It's done. As soon as I get the chance to go, I'm going. Just going 3 wide. I'm going to try to get as far in this field as I can.
Well, you got to go before the roadblock happens in front of you, right? You got to be the first truck to make that move.
I mean, it's Daytona. At this point, if you crash out, you're crashing out. You're going to get into the spot.
Yeah, and you guys are absolutely right. You got to be the first guy to make a move here, because if you don't, you're going to get pinned behind, and the only way you're going to end up winning is if something happens in front of you. We're about to find out. Lights out on that iRacing.com pace car. All these drivers, I promise you, have reached up there, pulled those belts tight one more time, if not twice.
I feel like we need that. Let's get ready to rumble. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like we're about to go heavyweight here, you know, mid-90s Mike Tyson style. I used the Call of Duty hardcore reference earlier because I thought that was fitting, and it's only escalated from there.
This looks like a title fight. Something's getting ready to happen with all these crashes and stuff. I mean, look how hard they've been racing before to this point. I mean, you on the final green while checkered, they're not going to hold nothing back at this point.
No, how bad do you want it? It's going to come down to sheer will and determination here. Pace car driver is probably saying his Hail Marys, thank you, Jesus, because he's not going to have to be out there in about 30 seconds when the winds of...
worked for his pay tonight.
Oh, yeah, he got his money's worth. Pace car pulls off into the Geico restart zone. Let's get ready to rumble in overtime.
Dobbs with a huge jump.
Might not play out in his favor here.
Nope.
Jump right to the outside.
You don't want to...
Dobbs do here. Did he block it?
You got to block it. You have to block it. You don't get a restart.
Oh, there it is.
There goes the 3 wide. Dobbs doing everything he can to keep these fast and ferocious drivers. It's 3 wide now. Here comes Bubbles getting a bump from the Kellogg's guy. Oh my God. Looks like Terry Labonte Old Space gave 3 abreast, and they are less than 0.2 of second separation. It's a 3-way drag race into the turns 3 and 4 complex, DJ.
Where did the 9 truck come from? Where has he been the whole race?
Chris Mackey trying to pull a little shellacky here at the end of the outside lane. Coming through the tri-oval.
24, huge move. What
Dobbs
the hell
is going to get it at the line. And Dobbs has won this race on a 3-wide shootout. I'm going to wait for timing and scoring to update because it was that close.
We still got another lap. that?
35 needs to block 3 lanes here.
My timing and scoring has a checkered flag out.
I don't know why, because that's still good, bro.
Man, what the hell is going on? We're 3 wide.
3 wide back in, and I
wide
thought
going
we
to
were
3.
done. The 27, here comes Bubbles back again. The 24 is not out of it. They are tandem drafting on the high side of the racetrack. Bubbles cannot get enough momentum. The run could go from the outside lane here. Here comes Mike Hayes. It's going to be a John Force special here at the line.
Alan Dobbs is going to win here. Hold on. Oh, we got one up and over. Oh, they're eating. Oh.
Oh, we just went tuna can Sam mode here.
I'm not saying I called it, but
As my timing and scoring checked out a lap ago. It had the checkered flag on my end. Thank you guys for keeping me in the game. Alan Dobbs is going to win this one. Let's go back to the replay on this. This is going to be a photo finish. In fact, I want to quickly check iRacing timing and scoring because that's ultimately the determining factor here. Folks, you may see a little graphical changes here on the screen. I do apologize. I just want to confirm the results here by 0.87. Are you kidding me? Alan Dobbs confirmed winner. Let's wind this back. Are you kidding me? What a finish here at Daytona. I'm pretty sure it just completely wiped out my other 2 guys in the broadcast booth. They gave it everything they had. Alan Dobbs gave it everything he had.
Alan Dobbs, burn it down, buddy.
Watch this, guys. This is coming to the line. 1 lap to go here. Or excuse me, coming to the stripe this time. I'm going to freeze it there. See if I can get... Here we go. Freeze frame it. Back it up just a little bit.
22 went for a ride.
That's how close it was right there, folks. See if we can grab a different camera angle here for you guys at home. We're going to speak with our top 3. That's going to be Alan Dobbs, Bailey, and Mike Haynes. Post-race coverage here ensuing at Daytona here momentarily. This is a great camera.
Dobbs, he is burning it down.
You know what? We'll come back to this. I mean, he is getting it good in the neighborhood right now, as he should.
Well earned.
Come on, timing and scoring, work with me here. Now, timing and scoring does not want to work at all with me. It's completely burned itself out as well. There we go. Thank you. As DJ was saying a moment ago, burning it down here. Your winning moment on Redline Racing Network. Stick around. We're going to be back in 20 seconds with driver interviews and more. Don't go anywhere. Alan Dobbs wins race 1.
Hello.
Coming back in 20 seconds, guys. Getting the graphics set up for post-race driver interviews. And I don't know about you guys, but I am dead after calling that one. What a way to start this freaking thing off. Insane. Are you kidding me?
I'm ready for another one. That was a lot of action-packed Skate 3 style racing.
That was incredible. All right, should have it back far enough. Let's quarter speed it and get the camera on Dobbs. Neither have I in my life. Coming back in. We're coming back in. Coming back in. Race fans, welcome back to Redline Racing Network, where Alan Dobbs has survived and won this race here, a juggernaut battle of the ages at Daytona, and a 3-wide drag race under a hundredth of a second for the win. As we now transition to driver interviews, Dakota DJ, really, when we loaded this thing up at the top of the broadcast, we basically said this was a possibility, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. What did you guys think of that finish? I mean, that was something I'm going to be remembered for a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say that was a good finish, and then just slide us Rick right there at the end. Overall, great race.
What do you say we do some driver interviews as Alan Dobbs burns it down here in front of a sold-out crowd at Daytona? Is always going to interview the top three. Let's bring in our race winner. Now joining me in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth, this man put on a razzle-dazzle, a 3-way drag race, went from the back to the front, had his face ripped off, refused to die, and in typical Alan Dobbs fashion, he wins a thriller in prime time. What is up, my man? How are you able to pull that one off?
Shoot, if you can figure it out, you let me know. I mean, that was just, I mean, there was a ton of cautions, and I feel like the pit strategy with the fuel and just, you know, trying to make your pit stops without losing a bunch of positions. Yeah, some people couldn't hold a line, and it was pretty sketchy sometimes. Yeah, I honestly don't know. You know, shout out to the 6. He pushed the absolute dog. You know what?
I got you.
And you know, I had a teammate behind him pushing him, so you know, shout out to both of those guys. Shout out to everybody that was racing up there. It was awesome.
You know, Dobbs, I got to ask you, I haven't seen a race quite that action-packed. You know, there's two different perspectives here. The people that watched this at home and us in the booth, I mean, this was a 5-star thriller. It had everything, and that's some. As a driver in this race, you probably went through about, I don't know, 10 race suits, maybe if not more. What was it like in those clutch moments? I mean, 3-wide drag race. Did you know at the line you had it won, or was it too close? You weren't sure who won that thing.
I was about 90% sure when about the time we was heading into the trial, like, okay, they're not going to be able to gain that much speed on me. But before that, who knew? You couldn't hardly tell who was going to end up with a really good run.
You know, you mentioned some of these guys having a hard time holding their line, and did it have anything to do with going up to the third lane? From the broadcast at times, it seemed like, and this could just be a coincidence, but when there was trucks going up to that third lane, it seemed to disturb the air all around the pack, and it would basically send the guy that was in the middle in the sucker hole. It would make contact with the guy in the outside lane and would spark off from there. Was that anything to do with the dynamics of the truck and the dirty air, or was it just maybe just not doing as good of a job as you can running that outside lane, making contact with the fence, and then coming down the racetrack and setting it off?
Yeah, I really think it has more to do with people not holding the line than anything. As far as the truck went, pretty much the only thing that was a little sketchy is if you were getting pushed and you were pushing somebody, the truck would get a little loose, a little light on its feet, and but not tight. Like I never really had a problem with pushing up the track. It was, you know, I might get a little loose if I'm really pushing somebody and getting pushed too. But other than that, no. I mean, the truck, I thought it handled really well, to be honest. You could kind of maneuver it, make moves. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, hey, it's always fun when you wind up in victory lane, my man. What a drive. What a thrilling start to the season. Before I cut you loose, man, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on that machine? The floor is yours.
Well, just as always, shout out to my beautiful wife, all the teammates, the Redline Racing, you guys for the broadcast, Chop House for the sponsorship, Tier 1 setup, the admins here for putting on a show, free series. It's really hard to find good competition in free series most of the time. I'm really excited for this.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, took you on a high-octane roller coaster thrill ride in primetime. Alan Dobbs in the 35 wins Daytona, the season opener. He looks to carry that momentum on next week and throughout the course of the season. Heck of a job out there, my man. Congratulations. I look forward to speaking with you again really soon.
All right, thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one.
And, you know, DJ, and you picked him. You knew exactly who was going to win this race the minute you saw who was in the field. And, you know, I know that was just a sheer gut decision. But after what we just saw, what that man had to go through, what these podium drivers had to go through, it's just, I mean, what a moment for these guys. I mean, if I placed inside the top three, I feel like I won this race and I am lit right now. I mean, I don't see how you couldn't be.
Yeah, it was hard for all of them. I think all the top three trucks, I seen them looped a couple times. At least all three of them, at least once. But yeah, like I said, it's Alan Dobbs doing Alan Dobbs things.
Absolutely. And one down, we got two more drivers to interview. Let's go ahead and bring in Bailey. Matt up in the Tony Trempassett Memorial broadcast booth. You got a copy there, boss?
Sure do.
Hey, man, what a wild race tonight. And I'm sure wild's not even the right word. When you strapped into this thing, did you anticipate the type of race that we saw here this evening?
Yeah. I mean, when you combine trucks in Daytona, I mean, you typically get chaos. I've ran enough draft masters to know to hope for a green flag race is just wishful thinking. So, yeah.
Fair enough. I'm going to turn it over to DJ. DJ, what do you got for Bailey on this one? I'll turn it over to you, boss.
Man, it looked like you had all but an easy night. I mean, how did you overcome the adversity?
Kind of wondering that myself. I think I did a good job at setting myself up to make moves. You know, Daytona and Talladega and Atlanta, they're basically just high-speed games of chess, so you're anticipating moves well before they happen. I will say I got aggressive with like 15 to go because I think most people try to wait until 5 to go before you start getting aggressive, but you should probably start getting aggressive around lap or with about 15 to go. That's how I got back up towards the front towards the end there. But I would just say that and just overall good strategy and working well with those around me.
Yeah, that kind of backs up my point earlier, Matt. How I said, you know, if you're gonna start making the moves and start getting aggressive, you got to be the first one to do it. Because if not, you're gonna have a roadblock in front of you and nowhere to go.
I mean, it put into words exactly what Bailey did there to get himself in that second place position. Dakota, anything for your second place finisher tonight?
Man, how did you feel seeing all these other trucks go flying through the air throughout the race?
Well, at one point I was one of them.
You were.
It was a sight to see, that's for sure. Thankfully I didn't have to use a fast repair tonight, so you know that's just pure luck because you know it's never really in your control. You can just put yourself wherever you think you'd be safest and just hope that it works. You know, just hope the bomb isn't like right next to you and it doesn't go off. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was. I had fun. It was a fun chaos tonight. So.
Really fun from the broadcast point of view. I'll tell you that much. There was a lot of high flying and full speed action we got to see.
I'm glad you guys had a good time.
That's exactly what I said earlier. From our perspective, from a broadcast and everyone watching, I mean, you could not ask for a better race. However, for you drivers, well, you might need some counseling and a sedative after this one.
Yeah, I don't know if the league covers therapy sessions. I might need to get in on some of that if they do.
Yeah, I'll have to check with Tanner and Chris Mackey after this one is all said and done. But Bailey, before I cut you loose, man, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on the 16? The floor is yours, sir.
Well, I just want to. Well, I guess to start, I'll go ahead and thank Chris and Chop House. Then I want to go ahead and thank my teammate Austin. Me and him were trying to discuss strategy and work together whenever we could, till he unfortunately got taken out. I want to shout out to. Sorry, hang on.
Take your time, man. You've earned it. The floor is yours, dude.
Oh yeah. Okay. I want to shout out to Alan. Even though he won, but me and him were working together during practice. And I was actually just talking with him in the broadcast waiting room. I was like, well, I figured out that he could take pushes, and I guess he learned that I can give pushes. So, he was up front. He let me push him, and we kept it clean at the end there. So, credit to all the guys for keeping it green till the end.
Absolutely. Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, learning how to push, give, and take at the end. Two big forces in this race. The drivers determined to not die and survive. Bailey going home with a solid second-place finish. He'll take this one and take the momentum into next week. Thanks for joining us up here in the booth, and we'll look forward to speaking with you again really soon, my man. Thanks for coming up here.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. Guys, you can hear it in their voice. I can't think of a time when I've interviewed, drivers that have just been through it like they've been through it. And when you get the result after going through the ringer like that, you can just hear the intensity in their voice. 2 down, 1 to go. Spoke with your race winner, Alan Dobbs. Bailey coming home in second. Then we got Michael Hayes in the 24 machine joining us here in the booth momentarily. Waiting to make sure we have an audio confirmation on him before we bring him up. Can we double check that, please? Thank you. After a wild run here at Daytona under the lights in prime time, joining us now in the Tony Trempasso Memorial broadcast booth, Mike. What a race under the lights in Daytona. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the other two guys. When you strapped yourself in that machine, did you have any idea what you guys were in for tonight? And how did you survive and come home third?
Yeah, it was a wild race all night long. It was fun, but man, it was crazy. I do a lot of racing, and especially with these trucks at like super speedways, they get, for whatever reason, they seem to get super sketchy. I hate to see all these cautions because I feel like the trucks weren't that hard to handle, especially like when we were 3 wide. They were kind of sketchy, but it was all right. But man, I did have a fun time though, trying to run 3 wide and trying to not really force stuff, but force stuff at the same time and take holes and all that.
I have to ask you, did you keep all 4 tires on the ground that race, or did you have some weightless moments yourself?
Well, the thing is, I got like an 8X, but the only reason I got them was because somebody was bumping me and they got spun from behind. So
Copy.
I feel like I should have had a 0X this race, but so like to answer your question, I don't think so. Like I never got spun, never got wrecked. I just somehow kept it clean the whole race.
That is incredible. A lot of times, you were almost ground zero for some of these big ones cooking off there. And, sometimes you got to have lady luck on your side. You go with that, talent behind the wheel. And, I'm going to turn this over to, to DJ Daniel. This guy here may have had the cleanest truck out there in the field tonight.
Yeah, that's just part of Daytona. Like we said to start the show, you gotta survive. You gotta have a truck left to have a truck to win the race, right?
Yeah, that's true. And I always ran these races, like try to be conservative, race in the back, wait till like the closing laps, make a run. I'm just like, screw that now. I'm just gonna try to lead the every lap of the race. That's kind of like my mentality now. And for whatever reason, it seems to. I mean, I guess it's luck, but it helps keep my truck clean.
If you're not first, you're last. I mean, Talladega
Exactly.
Nights, we're pretty much at Talladega. It's Daytona. They're close enough. But, hey, that mentality worked for you tonight. Able to just escape all the carnage, the mayhem, the X Games stunts, the monster trucking, crowd surfing, except there was NASCAR sim cars out there instead of people at a concert. You come home with a solid podium. What does this do for you and your team moving forward to come out of Daytona with a top 3 finish?
Yeah, it's going on to the team. I think most all of our I try to help all of our teammates get a lap lead, or we all try to help each other. But I think there's bonus points for leading the lap. So, I mean, we're all trying to work together during the race. But I mean, it's hard. Everybody's taking runs. Everybody's switching around, taking the high side, taking the low side. It's just a zigzag battle all night. But I felt like we did fairly good for the most part as a team. But then, like, coming to the close of laps, I mean, you just got to take whatever you can get and get the best finish for yourself. I
Right.
feel like I should have made a kind of a different move to maybe have a better chance to win, but I ended up doing the move I did and ended up third, which still ain't bad at all. I mean, I ain't complaining.
Absolutely not. To come out of there with a truck that's in one piece and a top 3, a podium, you can't ask for much more than what we witnessed transpire here at Daytona under the lights in prime time tonight. Mike, before we cut you loose, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on that Chevrolet? The floor is yours.
Yeah, shout out to the whole team, Ghost Motorsports. I think we all had fairly good runs for the most part. I know some of us got wrecked at the end or whatnot, but yeah, shout out to the team, shout out to Ghost, shout out to you guys for broadcasting. I'm interested to see the broadcast back and see what you guys are all about.
Get some popcorn ready. We tried to match the intensity that you guys put out there on the racetrack as best we could. And Mike, you have a great rest of the week. Can't wait to watch you out there next week, and hopefully we're speaking with you again really soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher tonight. That is Mr. Mike Hayes. Let's see what he's able to do in the upcoming weeks as we cycle from the restrictor plate side of things and get on to what most drivers would consider the normal season here. Well, again, Redline Racing Network will be with you every step of the way in this campaign. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, smash the like button, ring the bell, and come home to all the high-flying, high-octane racing action right here. But before we close this out, let's talk about this race. Brief recap. DJ, I'm going to start with you, man. Just, have you ever?
I've never seen a 3-wide finish coming to the line at Daytona. That was pretty incredible to watch.
I knew we were in for something special. I just didn't think it was going to have all those different modes. I mean, who could have anticipated, everything we witnessed tonight? Dakota, I want to thank you so much for being here with me tonight and coming on board to help me out with the series. And DJ coming back, him and I used to call a lot of races, getting back to the earlier part of this year. But DJ's been racing in real life, and he's, been grinding it out. So just everything coming together here at the right time to be up here in the booth with you guys on Thursday night. I couldn't be happier. Closing thoughts from you, Dakota.
Closing thoughts is that was one hell of a race to watch, and I'm kind of curious on how next week at Richmond's going to go, to be honest.
Big difference, right? Here, it's all about, maintaining speed, momentum. Richmond, it's all about getting through the corner and who can brake and who can rotate really well. So big difference. We're going to probably see a shakeup of drivers here up at the front, I would assume, as we go from a super speedway to a short track in the Mid-Atlantic. In fact, that's from your home state, DJ. I believe the state of Virginia, anyhow, will be there next week in prime time, next Thursday night. Their next stop, round number 2 on the 2025-2026 campaign. Before we get out of here, though, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the final results here tonight from Daytona. And if you joined this broadcast late, I would highly encourage you to go back and watch it. It is worth your time. I guarantee it 100%. Just ask my grandma sitting next to us. She is out cold right now. She's done. I mean, that was all she could handle. Let's go ahead and let's widen things out to the blimp a little bit, and let's throw the results up on the screen for the final time this evening. Again, you've heard from our race winner, Alan Dobbs, Bailey, and Mike Haynes, your top three. Coming home in fourth, the driver I picked to win came up just a little bit short. Hunter Lagunas in the 27 machine, while Peyton Holland, I see you, Peyton, gets a top 5. Where did he come from? Chris Mackey was in the woods until late. Very similar situation for him in the 9 ride. Comes home 6th. Well, Donnie Honeycutt comes home 7th. Residing in that 8th place position, William McKellar in that 13 machine, while Tanner Marr comes home 9th. And rounding out your top 10, pretty sure one of the guys that went flow rider mode a couple times here, Kevin Winker, in that 10th place position. Daniel Rubrick, Brad Miner, Larry Bell, Steve Johnson, and Chris, I don't want to butcher his last name, so I'm not going to say it, comes home 15th. Nicholas Moody going to cross the line in that 16th place position. Well, the two of Scott Stevens, he took various wild rides this evening, good for a 17th place finish, while Todd Mays in the 54 rounds out your top 18 drivers. Please work with me here. Sometimes you got to kick it in the pants a little bit, especially after the race we just had. Come on. As that pace car leads him back into the restart zone, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do this the old school way. So bear with me just one moment here, folks. Jason Raymond's going to round out your top 20. Kyle Wellman comes home 21st after being your pole sitter here tonight. Tyler Honeycutt comes home 22nd, while Brian Zimmerman 23rd. Tim Tobridge 24th, while Tyler Smith comes home 25th. Ryan Castleberry 26th. Christian Mercelli comes home 27th, while Matt Jones going to round out your top 28. Keith Pittman, Brandon Kelly, that's your top 30. Ronnie Morrison, Shummy Miller comes home 33rd, a.k.a. Mark Miller. Austin Norris, Tom Freitas, Jason Bower, and Ashley Bunkley round out the 37 drivers who took the initial green flag here at Daytona tonight. Want to thank all of you for being a part of the ride here for week 1 from Daytona. Don't forget next week, next Thursday night, be here for another high adventure thrill ride on Redline Racing Network. Big thanks to all the admins, men and women in the background to make this great league possible. Without you, it certainly wouldn't happen. And as the late, great Tony Trapasso used to say, as you walk down the road of life this week, do us all a favor, don't play in traffic, and we'll see you next time right here on Redline Racing Network.